Hello and welcome back to the channel. We are exploring Miami Beach from the northernmost point to the southernmost point. In last week's video, we explored neighborhoods in Miami Beach that often go under the radar: Bal Harbour, Surfside, and North Beach. This week we'll be touring Mid Beach all the way through South Beach. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Mark. I'm currently considering a plan to travel the world, but in the meantime, I'm exploring whenever I get a chance, whether that's here in Florida or elsewhere. So Mid Beach is a mix of the tranquility that you find in North Beach and the hot nightlife that you find in South Beach. So without further ado, let's check out Mid Beach. Mid Beach starts at 63rd Street and runs all the way to 23rd Street, about 3.5 miles. As in northern Miami Beach, Mid Beach is no stranger to wealth, with many rich people coming here to vacation. Mid Beach is known for its unique, one-of-a-kind five-star hotels. One of the most famous ones I was able to visit not too long ago for a show. I went back inside to give you a glimpse of what I saw. But first, let's talk about the rich people who live in Miami Beach. This part of Collins Avenue is the historic Millionaires Row, and I say historic intentionally because it was really at its heyday in the 80s and 90s. Since that time, the wealthier residents of Miami Beach have since gravitated to other locations in the area, especially nearby islands. Places like Fisher Island, Star Island, or Indian Creek Island, also known as the Billionaires Bunker. Amazon's Jeff Bezos just recently bought a second house on Indian Creek Island. The Venetian Islands are also popular due to their walkability between Miami Beach and downtown Miami. The Venetian Bridge also has some history to it because it sits where the original Collins Bridge was built in 1914. At the time, it was the longest wooden bridge in the world. So while a lot of the wealthier residents have moved on, some of the elite clubs in this neighborhood have remained. This little hobbit dwelling is actually the exclusive bath club and has been around since 1926. It's attracted rich people, celebrities, and world leaders. Some of its members live next door. So along with Millionaires Row, Mid Beach is also known for luxurious five-star hotels. Hotels like Eden Rock, Fontainebleau, a favorite of Frank Sinatra's, and the Faena. I managed to snag some tickets to a show there from a friend, and it was beautiful inside. I'm not sure what maintenance was being done to its iconic elephant sculpture. The Faena is multifaceted with residences, shops, a theater, and the Faena Forum for events. Just because you rent one of these expensive cars doesn't mean you're invincible. I sometimes forget to eat when I'm focused, so didn't stop until mid-afternoon. I didn't do a lot of deliberation on this. I just picked something that looked good in the area, so I'm going to try out the ceviche place. I think I know. I think I just want to get the traditional. One of the reviews I read is that this is a good place for locals. Read, reasonably priced, and good food. This light pumpkin puree went perfectly with the ceviche. That ceviche was really good, and I'm glad I stopped and got something to eat. My energy was going a little bit. We're actually coming very close to the border between Mid Beach and South Beach. Looks like we almost just had an accident back there. That's very normal in Miami. This to my left is Hotel 1 or 1 Hotel or whatever, which indicates that we've just passed into South Beach. And I love how all these like fancier hotels are very good about keeping things a little bit discreet. I mean, I appreciate that too. That's what I would want if I had a nice luxurious hotel. Not long after lunch, I realized time was running short, so I came back another day for South Beach. It was a cooler day, so I wasn't as much on the verge of heat stroke. somehow I thought I was going to be able to cover Mid Beach and South Beach in a single day, but there is just so much to do. So this is round 2. Here I am at Collins Park, which is toward the north of South Beach. And here you can find a nice art museum called the Bass. Also in the area is the Miami City Ballet. There's also a convention center, and there's this little river walk that is quite nice. So I was kind of confused by all those statues back there because they kind of had the form of people but weren't quite people. And then I saw the title, which is humanoid, so human-like. The Miami Botanical Garden is also in the area, and it's a great refuge from the bustle of Miami Beach. I saw people relaxing here and even working remotely. Now, when people think of South Beach, most would not first think of its great respect for art. Often, the first instinct is to think of unruly spring breakers.
2 fatal shootings and some out-of-control crowds also forced the city to impose overnight curfews.
I don't think I've ever ducked and hid from gunshots in my life.
But Miami Beach is in fact working to rebrand itself with more of a focus on the city's history and culture.
We need to end it and replace it with a true Art Deco cultural district. The entertainment district must go.
And at least for locals, the hottest parties are no longer in South Beach. And the city of Miami Beach is rich in history and culture. The historic Art Deco district goes on for many blocks and makes you feel like you're walking around in a different era, even if they are now used for stores like H&M and T-Mobile. You may be wondering where you can see Art Deco when you come to Miami Beach. Well, officially, the Art Deco district is between 23rd and 5th Street. You can find a lot of these buildings on Ocean Drive, Collins Avenue, and Washington Avenue. Right now I'm on Lincoln Road, which is a good place to find a lot of cool architecture because it is a shopping area, and so a lot of these stores have wanted to preserve the look. I'm making my way back over to Collins Avenue. Now just moving on from Collins Avenue to Ocean Drive and Lummis Park, which is, I think, how you pronounce it. There is something very picturesque about Ocean Drive in the morning. I know that the locals like to steer clear of this area, but it is worth spending some time down here, especially if you're on vacation in the area. So it's still kind of in the morning, but you can really see how this beach could really get packed. You can already see the number of chairs that are out here. Now, I mentioned in my last video that Surfside had really fought against a lot of beach chairs on their beach. And as you move south, you can understand how much space they would end up taking when the beach is really at peak capacity. Right now, I'm going to head down to South Pointe Park Pier, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and walk along the beach just because it's a little bit more interesting. It is such a beautiful day today. It's sunny, it's not too hot, it's so relaxing out here. The water is relatively calm, there's a nice cool breeze, a really, really gorgeous day. It's amazing how long this beach stretches. It just seems never ending from down here. We've officially made it from the northernmost point to the southernmost point of Miami Beach. Here you can stroll along the pier and look out over the ocean, and then make your way to South Pointe Park, which seems to be a favorite hangout for locals. South Pointe Park is really beautiful, really pleasant. You're able to take in the whole skyline of the city of Miami, which is really nice. You can also see Fisher Island that I mentioned earlier, the wealthiest neighborhood in the Miami Beach area. It seems to be a popular place, but just to come and chill. So you have people reading, just picnicking. The busy feeling of other places in South Beach kind of go away. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like so others can find it. And if you're enjoying my content more generally, please subscribe. It helps me know that I'm doing something right. And I will see you in the next video.